You're you're going to hear quite a bit tonight from people who've been using the coffee in a very short period of time. Some people have changed nothing. Some people have changed a few things. It doesn't seem to matter. It just flat out works. So that's basically the background of the company and how we ended up going into the coffee and everything. And I know that you guys are chomping at the bit to just kind of get to the nitty gritty. Like, let's hear about the weight loss, man. Just don't stop talking. So, so I'll bring back Lexi out, and she's going to bring out a few people that I think you're going to be very interested to hear what they have to say.
Yes, definitely. And I want to go ahead and just real quick touch on, y'all can see my screen, correct? But the welcome to our grand opening on it. Okay, just making sure to do a screen check there. I want to talk real quick before we go on to the testimonials and the results that y'all have been getting. Of course, my phone goes off. Sorry. About some of the key ingredients here that are what I believe are probably the top most effective that makes this awesome, but it's not the only ingredients in this coffee. It's got all kinds of really good, healthy stuff in it. But when it comes to the appetite suppressant, everybody wants to know what is in it that's helping me. And it's a combination of this right here. It's called chromatate, and it is a vitamin B3 complex. And then it's also the Super Citramax, which is made from this plant right here. It's the Garcinia cambogia. Probably a lot of y'all have heard of this already. And so those two combined are what are the healthy, effective, appetite suppressing properties to the coffee. And then, but you go past that, and it's also, this is where the mental clarity and focus comes in. And this is a big one that I believe everybody should be taking anyway. Y'all have heard about nootropics probably all over social media, or, advertisements about their different ones. One of the big ones in that category of nootropic mushrooms is the lion's mane mushroom. And you can see on the screen everything that it has been, studies have been done and are continuing to be done about how well they work. So just the fact when it talks about help managing the blood sugar levels alone, I think is also a factor in the appetite suppressant, because you're no longer now craving the sugars either. So I just wanted to kind of real quickly highlight some of what I think are the main things about the coffee, but also what I like about it. It is a healthy way to help lose weight and kickstart your weight loss journey, or help you pass that plateau that you're already on. It's not something that's going to be bad for you or over caffeinating, because even the caffeine in it, by the way, is healthy caffeine. It's green coffee bean extract, and it's the, what did I say earlier, white tea extract. So very healthy for you. Okay, so now the fun part, we'll talk about some results. This right here, I actually just took this off of our corporate website. He's not on our call. This is just somebody that's in our company that I've actually met at one of our functions before. Real nice guy. And you can see the difference right there. What does it say? How many pounds? My thing is in the way. It's so, I mean, what it result in his face right there.
304 down to 280. So
there you go.
24 pounds.
His face, you can just tell without even looking at the numbers. It's a really good side by side. He got a good image there. And then the next one, I'm going to hand over to my sister. These are her before and afters. And this is the one on the right is up to not even up to date. I think she's lost a few more pounds since even this picture was taken. So Elizabeth, all I can say is that I remember how excited you were when you started using it at first, because you told me, I'm never allowed to use this coffee because I have the opposite problem and don't need to lose weight. I have a hard time having an appetite. And you said, absolutely not. This works too well. You're never allowed to drink it. So I took it that that's a good thing. It works. So you go ahead and tell us what your experience is, please.
Okay. Thank you so much for letting me talk about how much hope this has given me since I started drinking coffee. A little backstory, I've tried multiple things to lose weight since I turned 50, which I'm 55 now. So that's when losing weight really became more difficult. I've tried things that just weren't financially sustainable, nor were they schedules to sustainable. Plus they required a more strict diet. And those three things I tried, and I would end up being defeated because I couldn't either keep up with the schedule of what I needed to do. The diet was so restrictive that it frustrated me more than anything. and the finances of it, I just couldn't afford anywhere from $500 to $600 a month in supplements and other things that I had to buy in order to go through the process of trying to lose weight. So that said, I have tried other things that were minimally successful, but not sustainable. I did start intermittent fasting in December, and I would lose a pound or two and then gain it back. It was, again, I was feeling better because I was, closing my eating window, and that's a good thing. And I was trying to choose more lean meals, but I also didn't deny myself what I wanted to eat, which is important for me, because if I go out with friends and family to a fancy dinner, I don't want to feel like I have to modify what I eat. I want to be able to eat whatever's on the menu, whatever seems to be good. I want to enjoy myself. So I had started that, and I didn't have a whole lot of real results other than I was feeling better just with whole not eating so late and minimize, lowering my portions. But when I got the coffee in mid-March, because I was really excited when I heard it was coming out and they announced it, I told Alexis, oh my gosh, I wish they would hurry up and get it so I could order it, because I really want to try that stuff. I literally started taking weight off rapidly. I mean, so the first 30 days for me, I probably took off an easy 15 pounds. And it came off pretty fast. The first week I started slow at like a quarter scoop, and then I went to a half a scoop. Now, I'll be honest, I was at a full scoop pretty fast, because the whole reason for me to start small was to be sure that it wasn't going to make my heart race, that there wasn't anything in it that was going to make me have an adverse feeling. And so I always think it's important to start small and then ramp in to be sure that you're not going to have a negative effect that then turns you off from it. But so I got up to a full scoop, and that's all I do is I do one full scoop in my coffee, or make a cup with one full scoop a day. So that's my first cup of coffee in the morning. Then I have a subsequent cup, which is just my regular, whatever I stick in my Keurig machine. And I do use my Keurig to make this cup. I just don't put a pot in it. I just let the water come through. And so that's how I do that. But I didn't change anything else. I didn't exercise. I maintained the fasting and just making better choices. But, I had a burger this week, and earlier in the, I had other stuff over the weekend while I was at a dog show, like Frito pie on, Friday, but whatever. Don't tell anybody else. We'll keep it between us here. But anyway, it just looked really good. So so again, I don't deny myself what I want, but I also try to make more wise choices. So I have to date lost 26.8 pounds, so close to 27 pounds. As you can see in the picture, there's a difference in how that suit fits. I can certainly bend over and tie my shoes without feeling like I'm in my stomach. And I didn't need to lose a whole lot of weight, but I did want to feel better, and I wanted to be healthier. And I wanted to wear the clothes that I had in my closet too. And, I do show St. Bernards. That's my passion. And so being in a dog show, I needed to be able to be more nimble, if you will. And I will also talk about how alert it has made me. So the coffee has increased my energy level, and it's made me so alert, and so it's just improved my ability to focus. I have ADD, and so I'm, like squirrels can take me for a ride really fast. But it's helped me focus, so I can actually sit at my desk and I can get work done. I can be out in the kennel and be sure that I stay focused on what I need to do out there, and not, go off on a tangent. The things that I need to do, it's helping me do better. I've decided that I probably am going to change my goal. I had put down a goal that I wanted to lose 35 pounds, but I think if I was to lose another 10 pounds, I would be too thin and I would be gaunt in the face. And I don't want to do that, because again, like she said, this is a healthy way to lose weight. I want to be healthy. I didn't do this so that I could look like Twiggy and be a rail. I did this so that I could be healthy and know that I was helping myself move forward to have a better life. And I'm so excited to help other people do it. I mean, so many people are reaching out to me and asking about my results. And, again, I did some minor changes, but I don't exercise. I don't get on a treadmill. I don't go to the gym. I don't do any of that. I'm active with my dogs, but it's not like I do 30 minutes of aerobic exercise 3 days a week. I don't do that. And I've still lost weight. So with that, I guess I will say that I'm so glad to be here. And I hope that you will consider giving this a try. And the last thing I'm going to add is consistency. If you decide to buy the coffee, do it for 90 days. Don't do it for a week and say it's not working. Do it for 90 days. Consider making some minor alterations to your diet. It's just choices. You can still choose the Frito pie when you want the Frito pie. Just the next day, choose chicken, and with no pasta. And when you want to have ice cream, instead of using a big bowl, use a ramekin, but fill the ramekin up and you'll still feel like you had a full ice cream serving. It's all perspective in what we're
So
doing.
if I had a ramekin and my ice cream was this tall, that still counts, right?
That's not the
You just need a longer spoon.
That's what it is.
Longer.
There you go.
But thank you so much for letting me share. And if anybody has any questions about my story, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, my sister. And I love to, like, one of your first reactions that you got. People didn't even know she was taking the coffee. She's just out doing her regular work. And some people were stopping her saying, have you done something different? You look great. That just feels good when people say that. We're girls. We like that. So anyway, moving forward, and I do want
let me
to
add, when you're a person who everybody will tell you, well, you don't need to lose weight, because that's what people say. You're fine. You don't need to lose weight. So when they do notice, when you're one of those people, that makes a difference too, because it isn't like I lost 60 pounds. It was not at that point. It was probably only like 10 pounds, but
I think it was 10.
The difference. Yeah, every pound makes a difference to getting you healthier and feeling better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was going to ask too, I haven't brought it up. Right now we have the coffee that Elizabeth was talking about. You start, like she said, half a scoop, read the directions for sure. We'll talk about that more in a minute. And it's a small scoop. So this package may seem like it looks small, but it goes a long way. Some people put it in their actual regular coffee. Some people just drink it as it says on the instructions, with water as its own coffee by itself. So it's up to you how you want to drink it. But I will say, just know a little goes a long way. And we also have just, little drum roll. Brrr, and Jason has a bottle of them, I think, right there next to him. He could hold up for me. We have them in cap form for pre-order right now. So if you are interested and you're not a coffee drinker, you could always do the caps for now. But just so you know, there are other drinks coming in the future. Shh, I didn't say anything. Okay. So I want to talk about Greg now and his results. Hold on, let me see if I can get my PowerPoint. There it is. Down. Well, at this point, it was 35 pounds. I was going by a post you went off of that you put on Facebook like yesterday, the day before. So I'm not sure if this still stands, but we can see the difference in your face right there. Can y'all see everything on the screen?
No, I can't discern it at all.
Stop.
Barely notice anything.
Can't see anything different there. I mean, look
No,
at
you
the
shaved,
teeth.
but-
Oh no, I lost it. Where'd it go? Oh no, how did I lose it all? Of course, that's me, because I went to the end of the slideshow on accident. Here, let's go back to that picture.
Just
I
wanted me to tell
mean, when
more
I look
jokes.
at this picture right here, it's amazing. Look at that. From that to that. And not, Greg, I'm not trying to say, that you were overweight. I never really looked at you and thought, oh, that guy's overweight, but when you look at the side-by-side pictures, you go, oh my goodness, wow, that really made a big difference. So tell us about your experience with the coffee and do you have the tabs too yet? Or do you just have, because you were at the event, so you got to get your hands on some ahead of time. All right. So tell us about your experience.
Well, I first heard about the coffee, and I said, I've tried everything else. The caps work. Why wouldn't the coffee work? And told the wife, I'm like, you're gonna get on this too. After the first 2 or 3 days, I'm like, this is crazy. My daughter got on it. We were running around the house like chickens with our heads cut off. I'm like, I can't believe the energy level. This is insane. The focus. I can sit down and do paperwork, and I'm not distracted to go here, go here, go here, go here. I'm actually getting my work done, and I'm not getting up and jumping around. I'm like, this is insane. And long story short, first 4 weeks, my first full bag of coffee, 19.5 pounds down. I'm like, this is crazy. I've noticed since I'm on the road, I go rodeo to rodeo, I don't get my cravings anymore. When I stop at a gas station, I don't have to run in and grab a soda. I don't have to run in and grab potato chips or grab a candy bar or grab this, grab that, or the other. I drink that coffee in the morning. That gives me an energy boost. It suppresses my appetite all morning long. So usually about 1-ish, 2 o'clock, when I'm usually grabbing for a Monster, which the doctor hated me for doing that and told me I need to quit. Now I'm taking that bottle and I'm taking a little tablet, and that pushes me that boost all the way through into the afternoon and into the early evening. And I usually eat, not like I used to for sure, but a plate of a good meal. I'm chicken, fish, rice, sometimes rice with it. Not too much, a lot of carbs in that, but eating healthier, and it's coming off fast. Now the wife, she's not as strict as I am, and she lost about 10 pounds in her first month, just by doing nothing but just taking that. She's like, man, hard to give up the ice cream and the pastas and all that kind of good stuff. And but I went all out. I said, I'm going all out. I'm going to see what this does, and drinking more water, and no more energy drinks, no more soda. I've limited myself on sodas. And about 6 weeks into this, I was right about 30 pounds down, and I'm almost 8 weeks now, and I'm 35 pounds down. Had to go to the heart doctor today, and the heart doctor walked in. She took a step back and goes, "What's going on?" It's like, "What are you doing? This is crazy." And she says, "I also noticed that the nurse took 2 blood pressure tests for you, one on each arm." She says, "But normally don't do that because it's like, I can't believe your readings are right in there now. Usually I was high, and I'm right in there in that zone where I should be." She says, "There's a glow about you. I noticed right away as soon as I walked in, there's a glow." And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Here's what I'm doing." And showed her the ingredients, and I can't wait to go to my personal doctor next, because she's the one that's been sending me to all the other specialists. And everyone has said, you got to lose weight. I'm telling you right now, you have to lose weight. You got to get healthy. This is hard on your organs, it's hard on your body, and you have to. You've got to do something. And this has been my answer.
Awesome. I love that when I hear doctors going, what did you do? And let me see the ingredients, and they still approve. And
Oh,
your
yeah.
pictures. I mean, obviously I'm looking at you right now on the screen, you can tell a big difference. So I'm glad that it's a road to happier, healthier, especially since I didn't know that they were already telling you that you needed to lose weight. So that's a good thing. I'm glad that we all got in touch with each other.
Yes.
God works in mysterious ways, doesn't he? So thank you, Greg. I appreciate you sharing it with us. I'm going to hand it back over to, well, actually, let's see. Do we have any questions from anybody who's on with us right now? And I can answer that. If you even want to type it in the chat, we can look at that and answer it. In the meantime, I'm going to do a special giveaway for being on the call and showing up for the Zoom. Everybody who's on the Zoom gets a free pack of gas tabs from me. I will send it to your address. Just get with us and tell us what your address is. You want me to send it to you? And that's the gift, is showing up on the Zoom live. Yay. So like I was saying earlier today, I was thinking about it, and I was like, just with this pack, you're probably going to end up saving enough money to pay for, a bag of coffee right there, because they work so well. So anyhow, I don't see any questions coming through, so I'm going to hand it back over to Jason and ask you to close it out for us, Jason.
Yeah, right on. I know we don't get into the business opportunity here. It's more of a, it's what you see is what you get. And, it's really as simple as literally just switching out your coffee. If you're a Folgers person, switch over to Slimcore. That's it. It's really not that complicated. And as you heard, you can do this, full force, change your diet, increase your water. It'll come off faster, but it's not uncommon to hear people that they don't do anything except just drink the coffee and the weight still comes off. So, typically what we ask people is on a scale of 1 to 10, you can picture that in your mind right now, what that number might be as far as your excitement level. And if you're in that 1 to 6 range, I would say get in and, like Elizabeth said, give it a good run. Just switch out your coffee, become a customer. Just do your good job, just documenting things, step on the scale every now and then, and you'll have a pretty good idea. Honestly, with the first serving, like Elizabeth said, make sure you measure, you do a 1/4 scoop or a 1/2 scoop, depending on your tolerance. Otherwise, you're probably going to be peeled off the ceiling, like I like to say.
And
And
shake
there is-
it. We
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah,
Shake
it up
it so
too.
that all the ingredients get nice and mixed too.
Yeah, there's some heavier ingredients in there that will settle, so do shake it. And if you're a 7 to 10, you're really excited and you may want to explore, looking at this as an opportunity, not only to get a little healthier and lose a little weight, but to take advantage of your testimonial, maybe make a little bit of money. And that option is on the table too. So, get back with whoever invited you here, just kind of give them that number and what your excitement level is. And if you have more questions about how the compensation plan may work, we can certainly arrange for another time and get into that a little bit more. But for this one, we're really just looking for people that maybe want to, lose a little bit of weight, and then we'll see where it goes. So get back with that person, let them know your number, and we'll just go from there.
Awesome. Thanks y'all for coming. Thank you,
Everybody.
Sharon. Thanks, Ken. Is that my dad, Ken, or is that a different Ken? I can't tell. But thank you for showing up. I think
Should
is that
be
dad?
Yeah, I think it's Dad. Yep.
Hey,
I,
dad.
I
Okay.
sent him a link.
It's a good name for a dad. It's my dad's
It
name.
is a good name for a dad. Okay, so thanks y'all for showing up, and I will record. I have been recording this, so I'll edit it and clip it a little bit, make it pretty. If y'all want it, y'all can show it to people later. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Thanks,
Thanks.
everyone.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye.